nice, isn't it? Spring's here. I want you to think about all the books you've read, films and TV shows that you've seen and loved. What is it that makes them hold a special place inside each and every one of us? It's the story. You may have heard the phrase, story is king. And it's true. You know, without story, there is no connection to the lead character. There's nothing to make you want to laugh or cry. Story is the driving force behind every good film or book. And at the core of the story is an idea. Everything starts with this. But how do you get that idea? Well, actually, it's not something you can, I don't think, teach. I get my ideas walking the dog or in the shower. So I think you've just got to find your own way on how you get an idea. But how you can expand the idea, that's what we're going to try and tackle now. In the last video, I mentioned I had an idea. And it's now time to take that idea and start moulding it into an actual story. I also got you last time to write down in the comments any suggestions that you had that you'd like to maybe try and include within my short film. There's still time if you want to get involved. If you have an idea after watching this film, write down in the comments below. I'm very keen to use as many of your ideas as I can. So, it's time to now progress the idea into an actual story. So the idea behind this short film is Command Z. Now, to a lot of you, that doesn't mean anything, so let me explain a bit further. Command Z is a keyboard combination that is used in applications such as Photoshop, InDesign, and Illustrator. If you've got a career using one of these programs, then you'll know exactly what I'm on about. Pressing this key combination allows your computer to go back one step, so you can correct a mistake that you may have made. This keyboard combination has become so familiar to me in my industry that I thought it'd be quite fun to make a short film based purely on the keyboard combo. Command Z. Picture a guy in a job where for the past 20 years his fingers have hit a certain keyboard combination more than any other. In fact, this combo is built into his muscle memory. No need to look down at the keys. He's an expert in hitting Command Z. For 20 years, day in, day out, the same keyboard combination has been used for client amends, Photoshop work, magazine layouts, and image retouching. 20 years, and then zap. One keyboard combo too many. The power to undo the last action is transferred into this guy. Now every last action the guy does can be undone with the same keyboard combination. There needs to be a realization moment here, and then we can show a montage of all the benefits and negatives, which is where your suggestions will come into play. Then there needs to be a dilemma. Something like the keyboard gets misplaced or left behind somewhere. And then how about a twist at the end of the film? Something like the keyboard gets picked up from another designer. He likes the look of it, plugs it in to use it himself, and being a designer, he too has a strong muscle memory to a certain keyboard combination. And every time this combo is hit, our original guy has his last action undone. So there you go. We've actually turned the initial idea into something that feels more real, more like a proper story. You know, it's got a beginning, middle, and end, albeit we haven't done it yet. It's also got plot twists, it's got suspense, humour, emotion, and hopefully maybe like an unpredictable ending. All the things that I feel maybe a story should have to keep the audience hooked. Now, I'm not saying that's the final script, what you just heard. That was just spouting out ideas to kind of put some meat on the bone, as it were. And now we've kind of made it into something that feels a lot more real. Probably next video will be kind of fleshing out the story into something that feels finished before we start filming. I'm hoping to get more inspiration for the middle part of the story, where we're seeing some of the good and bad things happening to our guy. You know, what things would you like to see him undo? What things does he undo by accident that maybe goes wrong? So let me know down below. It can be as crazy as you like. I'm up for trying to implement as many of these as possible, so go wild. Very excited, got a positive energy about the channel going forward, and I can't wait to start creating short films for you, my audience. Next time, we're going to be developing this story and turning it into an actual script, so make sure you check that one out when it's released. Subscribe if you haven't already, hit that like button, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now. If you're still watching the video, thank you. I had this bit of footage that I wasn't sure whether to delete or not, or include, so I've thrown it right at the end, and this is just a little insight into the direction the channel is taking. Take care, guys. Bye. So sometimes you just got to follow your heart. Even though I've got zero experience in giving you any of this advice and stuff. It almost seems ludicrous, because if I was to go based on my career that I do for 20 years now in design and photography and Photoshop and all that sort of stuff, I should have a channel based on that, really, because I'm experienced. 20 years in that same field of work. It seems ridiculous that I'm contemplating, I'm committing to doing a channel purely based on a passion rather than experience. But I'm hoping that will make you want to kind of stick around for the journey, because maybe you're like me. You've got a passion for short films, but you don't know where to start. I mean, that's me. I've watched stuff, and I've got an interest in all this. I'm hoping to take that forward into our short film creations. And I'm hoping by me keeping it kind of simple, breaking down the basics, and kind of getting you guys involved as much as possible, it almost becomes like a collaborative channel where we are learning together. Nobody wants to put all the effort into something they don't want to create. Now I'm raring to go. I really am. And I think this is exciting, because the passion is going to shine through, and you're going to be there with me.